You are watching Midnight Movie Talk live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, here on this Thursday night. It's a quiet movie-going weekend unless you're up for some shitty films like the one we're going to start with tonight, Hypnotic. It's Ben Affleck's latest film, and what's so unbelievable about this film is the journey it took to get here. Now, I know a lot of you are like, we're talking about Hypnotic. A movie from Solstice Studios, a studio that no longer exists. Why? Because they made a movie like Hypnotic. But listen to this. It's a $65 million Memento meets Inception meets Firestarter. Only the shittiest version of all of those films combined.
It's like a furnace.
But $65 million, that's what I'm going to drill down on here tonight, is what is Hollywood doing with these budgets? Who sits here and says, here's $65 million to make this Inception Memento ripoff? Well, here's what happened. Solstice Studios started back in 2018. Remember the film Unhinged? Russell Crowe, Road Rage. It came out right when theaters were safe again for us to go to. So that them a ton of cash, but Solstice got screwed by COVID and deciding to make movies like Hypnotic. To get in the game here in Hollywood, you have to essentially pay to play, right? So you need to, especially if you're a new guy on the block, you got to pay more to get access to stars like Ben Affleck. Now, I do want to take a quick little detour here and discuss Ben Affleck.
Why me?
So, listen, is he the worst actor in the history of Hollywood? No, we're not going to go anywhere near that, but we are going to circle in on and really drill down on the fact that this man is pretty damn boring. Right? I mean, he was very decent at The Dark Knight because he's Batman. He's Bruce Wayne. He's emotionally spent. He doesn't have a lot to give. We've all seen the memes of Affleck. Right? Sad Affleck. That's him in this entire movie, Hypnotic. But when you watch it, you're just going, this is... I'm as bored as Ben Affleck, who clearly here, at $65 million, had to get at least $20 million. So let's bring that back to Solstice Studios, trying to get on board, and they're like, listen, we have to pay to get anyone to work with us, because we're the new studio, so we're going to outpay, we're going to overpay. So Robert Rodriguez made the film. He goes in with this script that, again, is written by one of his kids, if I'm not mistaken. And he's like, hey, how much money can I get for this? And no one shows interest, right? Because this is Hollywood. People know this, read the script. They're like, I'm not making this movie. Not Universal, not Warner Brothers, not Sony, none of these people. But he goes into the meeting with Solstice like, listen, everybody's interested. Like the guy's selling a used car. Right? I've got a guy coming to buy it.
See that guy on the bench?
No, I'll buy it now. How much you want? That's what happened here, clearly, with this film. Rodriguez walks in and is like, listen, everybody wants to make this movie with Ben Affleck.
It's like a furnace.
I mean, Affleck was bigger in 2010, 2011, The Town, right? All that, even go back to Jules. Bigger actor. Now, it's not like, I'm not suggesting Affleck is a complete liability. But he's stronger as a director than an actor, and he's also not the kind of actor that people run out of their houses to see. Now, you're going to say Air didn't do that badly, right? It performed pretty well, considering, you know, it's way too high a budget for that film. Again, it's like $60+ million on that film, too. So Affleck's getting paid a ton of cash. I don't know why. Not that much, not for this film. But as a director, I understand paying him the money because you have a director and you get him as, you know, supporting actor as he is in Air. But in this film, he's the star, and it's like, what the hell? Where did all the money go? That's the thing that's fascinating about this film. $65 million for this? Because I have to assume that Rodriguez and Affleck got $30 million each, and they spent the other $5 on the film. Because it looks like about $5 million I see on the screen. And the 60 that's missing is in Affleck and Rodriguez's pocket. This film is something else. You really don't need to see it.
Isn't
It's
real.
not even fun. It's not even like Firestarter, which it has a lot of threads of Firestarter running throughout, but it's not even fun like that. I will not see this movie 5 times. And 65 million.
You're perfectly
What a sham. Someone should be arrested for taking this money. Well, poor Solstice Studios, they're out of business. That's what happens when you screw up and you do that. Wait, I'm an audio shill? What's that? Is my mic out? You guys are saying, hold on.
You make me a
Give me a
deal.
second.
I will give you Hussein
mic?
bin Fadi.
Test. It's there.
See you, Nick.
What are we doing
I
here?
have black
You guys hear
warrants
me?
I need
Right?
you to execute. I'm retired.
Oh, God, I'm
Bin
sorry. He's in
Fadi.
the background. I'm so sorry about that. That's my bad. That's what happens when you do that. I forgot to pull up the trailer, and you guys can hear it. Okay, let's go to the comments here. Apologies for having to listen to that. But I everything you just heard me say about the film, let me just do it as quickly as possible. You ready? Solstice Studios is bankrupt because they paid $65 million for this Memento meets Inception meets Firestarter retread shit show of a script. At $65 million, that's how you bankrupt yourself really fast. Affleck clearly got $64.9 million of this because you don't even see the money up on the screen. I am so sorry for you missed the entire rant because you heard the stupid trailer. Damn it. That's the worst. Yeah, whatever. We'll get over it. Let's get into more things here tonight on this Thursday night. I do want to talk about this big topic tonight. Guardians 3. Okay? Is it a success? And yes, the easy answer is yes. Look, it's at 366 million worldwide. So you're like, of course it is. It's at 366 million. But what you need to know is the difference between this film right now and a film from 1 year ago, pretty much to the day, in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It is up over 166 million more. Here's the tweet I sent earlier. Look at this. 167 plus over Guardians Strange was at this time, exactly, day for day. You're going to tell me that 167 million doesn't proclaim to you that there is serious MCU fatigue. Now, before everybody comes into the chat and goes, but it's a... Listen, here's what I'm going to tell you. Strange 2 came out as the film that followed No Way Home. We know that, right? Obviously, that helped it tremendously. A lot of people were like, who's going to be in this? It's the multiverse. We're going to get all these awesome characters, and we got none of them, except for Scarlet Witch. The film is not great. That's why it's the Multiverse of Madness. But even after No Way Home, even after the first real big Marvel film, true Disney Marvel film in theaters post, you're going to die if you go to a movie theater. Still, 166 million, 167 million over. That is a big number. And you're going to tell me there's no fatigue for MCU? I don't think so. That's a big number. Comment on that, and let's do it. In addition to Affleck, I'll go back and re-rack some of the takes about that film. But truthfully, you're not going to go see the film. So it doesn't even matter. I do love logos. There's the more, the merrier. The more we have, the better. I think Guardian holds okay this weekend, all because it's coming out. We have Book Club 2, we have Hypnotic, and we have nothing really else. These are the films that it has to go up against the second weekend. That said, it's still going to drop because we talked about this before. Why do Marvel films drop so much in that second weekend? Because everyone runs out to see them opening weekend. Nobody wants to be discussing Guardians 3 weekend 2. They want to talk about it the night it opens. the second night, the first weekend, opening weekend. You don't want to talk about it the second weekend. We're already moved on. We're talking about, of all films tonight, Hypnotic, a film that you're not even going to see, because that's where we're at. As such, it does benefit, no question, from Book Club 2, from Hypnotic, from nothing in theaters other than it. But you still have the majority of MCU heads ran out to see it opening weekend. Granted, it has an A cinema score that'll help it drag audience through the second weekend because the word of mouth is strong. But I suggest to you this. I don't care how strong the word of mouth is. If people are checked out on the MCU, they're checked out. Unless you're saying Guardians is the best film in the lore, in the entire canon of all MCU films, which it's not, then maybe. But because it's fine, it's solid, it's not, I don't think it's by far, definitely not the best Guardians film. Guardians 1 is that. But you need something that is special plus to get all those MCU sidelined back into the game. And I'm telling you, it's still going to drop big this weekend. Everyone says drop 50. If it drops 50, I will come on the stream Sunday and apologize. No, I will never do that. But I will say, wow, that's impressive. It's going to drop pretty severely because of that. Everyone runs out to see the movie. It's how it goes right now. Wait, Zach Pope disliked Hypnotic. What? Well, of course, here's the thing. Listen, Whiplash, I'm glad you brought that up. The reason that Zach, our shill of the week, our current crown holder, disliked Hypnotic, it's a film you're allowed to dislike, right? We talked about that. With shills, they're allowed to hammer the films that are safe to hammer. And guess what's one of those? Hypnotic, right? Book Club 2. What's the other one that opened this weekend? Something junky. Paint. These films you're allowed to do that. You're not allowed to say that Beau is Afraid is a career-ending film. Shills can't do that. No, it's A24. It's brilliant. Book Club gets to 20 million. Yeah, good luck. So you tell me now, is 167 million under the film that opened 1 year ago in the MCU, is that alarming or not? That's a big number, guys. We're not talking about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We're talking about 100. We're talking about 168 million. It's a lot of money for it to be missing, right? Almost like the 65 million that was stolen from Solstice Studios to make this film Hypnotic. By the way, I can't believe I didn't have to think about this movie again. For those of you who will never see Hypnotic, the people in the film that have special powers are hypnotics. I know, right? Yeah, you're like, thank you. I do not need to see this film, nor should you. This is another big topic here tonight. I can't wait to discuss because this will prove once again we were right. What did we say after Halloween Ends? What was the initial reaction to that complete waste and destruction of Michael Myers' legacy? I told you that night, if I were at Universal and you pulled me into the room, here is Halloween Ends, watch it and tell us your notes. As soon as the film was over, as the second that credit hits, I'm standing up and I'm hoping and praying that David Gordon Green is in the room. Because at that moment, I'm looking at him, I'm like, you are fired. I am Les Grossmaning to the max. You're out of here. He's making our Exorcist? Oh, okay. You're off that. In fact, you have 4 minutes to get your shit and get off the lot. Get out of here. You're gone. Make him go. And then in true Les Grossman style. Someone punch him in the face. Right now. Key grip. Punch him in the face. That is the reaction Universal should have had to David Gordon Green's Halloween Ends. Why am I bringing that up? Because if you have not heard, they did a test screening of The Exorcist, his reboot, Believer. And we're going to bring it from World of Real, which I will say this. This site does a very good job of discussing test screenings. They have good contacts inside watching these things. Read this. It's a disaster. It's not good. It screened in New York City last night. This is like 2 nights ago. And I can't find a single positive reaction. Then I went to Letterboxd and found more negative reactions. So all around, this is turning out to be a disaster. We don't even need to know this. You guys, do you understand? I don't even need... This is what makes me... This is why I'm going to lose my shit right now. I'm going to literally go nuclear in right now. Get ready. T-minus 3, 2, and 1. I do not need to read another second of that article to know that after watching Halloween Ends, Universal had no choice but to detonate David Gordon Green. He should have been locked out of his office, kicked off the lot by security. Everything is gone. Halloween Ends is Batgirled, and The Exorcist, whatever you had done, whatever you shot, we're going to revamp the whole entire thing, get a new writer, get a new director, it's over. The fact that Universal did not do that, and I told you that on the stream going back how many months now? It was October, so what is that? 7 months ago. 7 months ago, we said that you should fire David Gordon Green before he gets to finish The Exorcist, and now comes word that the test screening is an unmitigated disaster, and you wonder why I'm telling the studios, and I'm doing it here tonight again. You could have had me watch your film and paid me, let's make it $1 million. Let's just be fair because I'm going to save you so much. $1 million, and I would have saved you the hellish expense of having to reshoot an entire film. I would have cut it off that day, and that would have been the end of it. Why are these studios doing these things? Tonight, when I watch Hypnotic, if you would have sent me that script and said, this is the budget, I would have said, we're not making this at $65 million. I'll give you 7, and that's the max. Beau is Afraid. $35 million? No way. You get 7, and I'm being generous on both of these at 7. That's all you get. And think about this. If you would have given me $1 million to make those decisions, I would have saved A24 tens of millions. I would have saved Universal tens of millions, and I would have saved Solstice Studios ass because they wouldn't be bankrupt, because they wouldn't said yes to a $65 million Hypnotic that should be budgeted at about 7. Why? Why is this my existence in life? I have to live with these decisions and sit here when I can fix everything, Kuzma. I can fix every single thing. Johnny, I do. I have better taste, and actually, not just that, Johnny. Can we be unvarnished 1-to-1 here, Johnny? Not just that. What I possess is a rare skill in this town. That is the ability to call shit what it is. To not beat around the bush and say, oh, this film's great. The film sucks. You're fired. Get out of the room. Going back to the old 80s and prior, studio exec who would walk in and say, this is terrible, cut it, get rid of it, you're fired. We don't have that anymore. We have this, everyone's so great. Netflix is like, here, take as much money as you want. We love you as a filmmaker. Rodriguez, you're so talented with Alita last, it didn't do that well, but we believe in you. We're going to give you $65 million for this Memento terrible Inception remake shitfest. And what are we doing? These studios are so terrible at throwing money in the garbage, burning it, literally. You're better off taking $1 million and burning it than spending 65 on the movie I just sat through in Hypnotic, and the same now for Universal. How do these people have jobs? I need you to explain to me how these people have jobs. They shouldn't, and it makes me furious, and it should make you furious too, because I guarantee a lot of you out there are just certainly more talented than anyone that's working in Hollywood. A lot of them in Hollywood right now. And I've said it before, and here it is again tonight. If you're going to give me things like Hypnotic and Beau is Afraid and Scream 6 and Magic Mike 3, and you're on the picket line right now and you're a writer, you deserve to stay on the sideline. I hope they never settle the strike. If you're going to give us films like Magic Mike and Scream and Beau is Afraid and how many other films we've sat through this year, this is unacceptable. And the fact that a writer's getting paid to make a film as terrible as Scream 6 or Beau is Afraid is an abomination and is unjust, and we will not stand for it. Super chat. That's it. I rants over. But it's it started with Hypnotic tonight. I'm so sorry you had to listen to the trailer 100 times. It started with Hypnotic. But as we macro the thing, right? Because we always talk about it's not the movie Hypnotic. None of you are going to see it. It doesn't matter. It's just a film that's going to be gone and you won't even remember it's on TNT. But what I want to talk about is that cost $65 million. We are throwing money in the trash on films like this. I mean, I know this is strange to even think, but I'm just going to lay it out for you like this. Think of what could be done with $65 million versus that film. Instead, if someone would have just said no to Rodriguez and this terrible film, they would have had $65 million to use on anything. Build a homeless complex. Build a senior citizen center. Build playgrounds for underprivileged youth. Something. Anything. But this. Okay, let's find the super chat. There it is. Ruby Jade. Sorry, I there it is. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. I need a producer. So listen, guys. Honestly, tonight's shirt, by the way, is Norwich City. We're gonna go short tonight because I'm frankly exhausted after watching these films. They're making me not want to continue this. I know for some of you just, yes, we have succeeded. We are going to run Erick Weber out of the film space through shitty films. But seriously, Norwich City tonight, the yellow, listen, yellow and green. This thing is like, look at this, Lotus. I mean, and by the way, the more, you guys know this, the more sponsors, the better. The lines are open. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm open here. Let's go 30 tonight. I'm only going 30. That's it. Cisco and Ebert had this. Did they really, Johnny? I didn't see it. Send me a link of it. The social. No, that's not. No, I'm definitely not. So that's not where I wanted that to go. Film studios have to smarten up. They think it's worth spending $65 million on that crap. It's going to disappear. Well, they did, and they're no longer around. Solstice Studios is gone. In fact, let's go to the website. I was talking to my friend Paul tonight, and he said that they're still there. The Solstice website is still there. Hold on, let me see. Solstice Studios. I can't even believe they're still. Hold on, guys. Their thing's still here. Here it is. You ready? Let's look at the Solstice Studio. So this is not even look. It's like Ben Affleck to star in Robert Rodriguez's thriller Hypnotic. Okay, this is like 3 years ago. Whoever updated the site. Unhinged. Own It Now. That's at least 2 years. Anything else here? Big budget Robert Rodriguez thriller Hypnotic. Oh, listen. This is why you no longer exist. Right here. This is it. Let's make this large. This is why Solstice Studios is no longer in business. They gave this man $65 million for the worst version of Inception, Memento, Firestarter, Minority Report, Truman Show that you could ever write. They gave him $65 million for a film that looks like it cost $5, maybe less. It has zero artistic quality to it whatsoever. This man just ripped off a studio. This is the person responsible for the death of Solstice Studios, Robert Rodriguez. When you give someone $65 million to make the film I just sat through, you have effectively terminated the studio, and look, they're gone. It's over. It's over. I'm surprised they don't have his face like going like, oh man, I just ripped these suckers off. I just absolutely stole $65 million from these suckers. Solstice Studios, the suckers that gave me $65 million to make this film. And by the way, they're no longer in existence. The website's still there, but they are not. Because they gave $65 million to Rodriguez to make Hypnotic. This is what gets you in trouble. You can't do these things. Well, you can. You just go out of business. I mean, I think we need to let's focus here tonight. This is what we can do. We talk about pulling a positive out of a negative. I think we should crowdsource our own studio. Now, one of the rules of what we're going to do is I have to be studio head. I'm sorry, it has to happen. I'm not going to budge from that. There's no negotiating me out of that position because I think I've proven myself ready for that. I will be able to say yes or no to scripts and or films after watching them, and we will not put out things like Hypnotic. We would never give $65 million to Robert Rodriguez for a film on the page like Hypnotic. And not with Ben Affleck as the star. For those of you who missed my rant about Ben Affleck is fine. He is fine plus as an actor. Remember, whenever we talk about whatever film it is, we have this and we have plus, right? So we have good plus, great plus, we have near perfection plus, we have all these different pluses, right? We add, and right now I'm telling you that Ben Affleck is fine plus. When he's director, he's great mostly. As an actor, he's fine plus. Sometimes we get him at fine plus plus, such as The Town. Argo is a director. Town is a director for sure. And, you know, you can say Dark Knight. You can say his Batman, his stint as Batman. But, you know, listen, there's not a whole lot going on, right? He's so stiff. Whenever I watch Affleck, like tonight I'm watching the movie, right? So let me show you. Let me do my... when he does a scene, he does like... Look, he's like this. He stands like this. Okay, he stands like this. He stands with his arms like so stiff. He's like this. He's like, so... what should we do? Should we do... He moves as if he's literally like an action figure. Everything's really slow because he's so stiff. Rigor mortis is set in on Ben Affleck. He needs to loosen the up. Now listen, I understand he's had a problem with alcohol in the past, and we don't want to make fun of that by any means. I mean, the fact that he's beaten, that's amazing. But maybe take just something to loosen yourself up. Ben Affleck needs to be loosened up. He needs to do something before he shoots that just makes him go. I think we saw a little of that in Air, but that's because that's the character he's playing. But even when you watch him play Phil Knight of Nike in Air, he still is a little bit tense. We want to loosen him up. But I'm telling you that this man and Rodriguez rip Solstice Studios off at $65 million for this film. I highly recommend it only for one reason: to go and try to figure out where the hell did the $65 million go? Where is the $65 million? I don't see it. It's not even here. There's no way that it's here. I see maybe 5. I mean, hold on. I'm looking for the super chat. Someone did a super chat. I'm so sorry you guys had to listen to that trailer earlier. That's really awful. I can't believe you had to sit through it. Let me see if I can pull it up without listening to the trailer. Hold on, give me a second. I kind of want to sit through the trailer again, just so I can look at it and make fun of it. Open comments here. We're gonna go short here tonight. We're only going a few more minutes, guys. I can't do it after watching a film like tonight. I really need to consider retiring. I really need to think about getting out of this because it is brutal. You guys are all like, the trailer's over, Barry. Oh my God! Yeah, it kind of feels like that with Nolan with the audio up. That's a great take, Russell Wilson. You are earning every bit of your stay here in the MMT comments. Out here trying to save right. Right. I mean, listen. All right. How can we do this? Because the writers, this is going to get clipped. Erick hates writers. I don't hate writers. I want to see what is the number one driving force in everything in my life. Merit. If you're good at what you do, then I'm going to like what you do. I mean, it's right there. It's in front of you. Lord and Miller, tremendously talented as comedy writers. Go through how many writers throughout history of Hollywood, they're really good. But then you watch some of the stuff that, like tonight, you're like, why are we paying people this money? That's the thing. We're trying to save the art of writing a screenplay by saying no to a lot of these screenplays. I know we have to fill things up. We need, I guess, a Ghosted to have people tune in to Apple. But isn't that crazy? That's like the #1 film on the Apple streaming service. Like, Ghost is terrible. I mean, terrible. Ben is afraid is Bo is afraid, and Ben is afraid might be more. No, that would be even worse. The only thing that makes Bo is afraid okay to watch is at least is Joaquin Phoenix. That's it. I don't know where it is. Come back in. I missed it. I wish this is why I need a producer. This is a super chat here. I'm looking. Hold on. I'll find it. I'm going to go through all the chat. Who's going to be my producer? Let's see. Is there one there? Oh, here it is. Sorry. I got one. Mark M. Thank you. You guys, I love. Oh, here we go. Got it. All right. I got it. It's at the top. My bad. Here it is. I got you. Now, Mega YouTube, I need to ask you some questions before we're going to get into this right now. So, we are going to talk about a test screening now. So we might be violating some rules. But I'm going to explain something. I don't know who this person is. I don't know if it's true or not. So I'm just going to present it as if here it is. Mega YouTube claims that they saw the Exorcist test screening the other night. One of the worst films I've ever seen. Although it was a test screening, it was by far the worst film I've seen this year so far. But that says a lot, Mega YouTube. There's no making that film better unless you completely start over and make, which is what we said. The editing and pacing was atrocious. It's way too long. Of course it was, because every film he's made is too long. Halloween Ends is too long. Some of the worst acting performances I've ever seen, and that includes the 2 extremely unnecessary legacy characters returning. Oh, God. I got chosen for the focus group of 20 people at the end, but once they heard I thought the film was awful, the lady said, okay, I don't think we'll be needing you anymore. That I believe. Now I'm starting to believe the story. That you did see this, because that's exactly how it goes at test screening. They're like, wait, you hated it? Just we don't need to hear from you. But the thing is I want to be heard. Like, if I'm the filmmaker, I want to hear someone say it's terrible, so I know why. And I go, wait a second, maybe it is terrible. Why don't you want to hear it? Okay, let's see what's next. Not to mention, it wasn't scary in the slightest. An exorcism that takes away was painful to watch, not just in the way they were intending. Uh-oh. I immediately went on Letterboxd after to trash it, ignoring the NDA, and they sent me an email in record time asking me to take it down. Oh, my God. The worst part was when the normie audience cheered at the end like it was a masterpiece. Wow. Well, we're not going to get in trouble. This is fan fiction. Right? Everybody, give me a thumbs up. This is fan fiction. This is not a real thing. But even, let's say that maybe this fiction had a shred of truth to it. Let's say this. We said after we watch Halloween Ends, if you're Universal, you must fire David Gordon Green, because what I just saw gives me no confidence in him making anything involved with the horror classic The Exorcist. And now the word of the test screen is it's bad, and we told you so. That's what we have to do here on this channel so often. We told you so. And once the studios figure out that all they need to do is pay me a nominal fee to come in and save their asses, I'm going to save them so much more, right? The savings is going to be millions of dollars. You pay me 10 G's to watch your film, and I will make sure that the right things are there for you when we get out of it. Maybe I tell you to just disappear. Make it Batgirl. I'm going to save you millions because you're never going to release it. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to do anything. It's over. Put it away. Get it out of there. Or if it's great, leave it how it is. This film's going to be huge. Now, I've been wrong a few times. Not many. One would be, and I always come back to Everything Everywhere, because if you showed me the test screen and Everything Everywhere, I would have said, and I still believe this to be 100% correct, I would have said, this film is 20 plus minutes too long. You got to cut it. It's way too repetitive on the back end. You, frankly, annoy everybody by the time it's over. But yet, look, the film goes on to win Best Picture. I'll never believe it. I've said, for the record, that if you ask me what film won Best Picture last year, the answer is Tar. Don't ask me again. The answer is Tar is the best picture of 2022. It certainly wasn't that other film that won, because that film is 20 plus minutes too long, repetitive. No way in hell that ever wins Best Picture. What? I feel like that. What is it the monkey meme where he's going like this? right? That's me. Whenever someone says EEAO won Best Picture, I'm like, I can't. I can't process that. And I can't process the fact that Universal let David Gordon Green make The Exorcist after Halloween Ends. I don't even care if it was shot. I wouldn't even need to see The Exorcist to know it's terrible. But yet they're paying. These test screenings are a lot of money. Universal, for God's sake, I am 10 minutes away. I can be there. You bring me into a room, clear everyone out. Put it on the screen, put me in one of the test screening rooms. You have 3 wonderful little rooms down at the bottom there, right by the front gate there. I will go in, me alone, no one else. I might bring Jeff in, maybe Paul, maybe Scott. I think I can do it myself. But if I need to have them on my back, they can be behind me, and then we'll look at each other and go thumbs down. It'll be, what is coming? No, this is a no. Universal. I can come in and save your ass if you let me, but you're not going to let me, and you keep making stupid decisions like letting David Gordon Green make an Exorcist movie. We told you go back. Go find the Halloween End stream and look for it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to post it, and I'm going to have... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to right now, because I only do things live, I'm going to create the entry for tomorrow's video that is me introing, me saying back in... What was it? This is the intro for me back in October saying that they should fire David Gordon Green from The Exorcist. Hold on, this is like we're doing it live. We're going to tape it, but it's live. Right now, I'm going to bring you back to October of 2022 from when I told Universal what they should do with David Gordon Green and his Exorcist after I watched the abomination that is Halloween Ends. Roll tape. There it is, live. We're going to use that tomorrow. I'm going to cut it out. What's the time of it? 9:38. That is exactly, and you're going to watch, and I'm going to be 100% right, and I was right 7 months ago. And Universal, you screwed up. You done screwed up. All right, 5-minute warning, 5 minute. Did I get to see, I didn't see Showing Up. I've heard it, Johnny, the reason I never got to Showing Up is exactly what you're saying. I've heard nothing but midness on it. So at that point, I just don't have, I probably, it's A24. I try to see every A24 film because I value them as a studio/distributor. I think that when they're on, they're really on. When they're off, Bo is Afraid, they're really off. When they're on like X or A Lamb or, however many movies, Ghost Story, Good Time, on and on. They're on. So I kind of want to watch it, but I didn't get around to it. No one wants to watch an MCU film with spoilers everywhere. Yeah, I guess that's going on too. Hypnotic's going to clear at the marketplace. It'll save the studio from bankruptcy. Yes, that's definitely not going to happen. This film opens at what, like $2 million or under? I mean, it's going to be like a total bomb. I mean, just like, why? No, I'm not going to see Book Club 2. Thank you for the question. There's no way I'm going to watch that. I sat through 80 for Brady, and that was enough. And I didn't hate it because I like football and I like Tom Brady, and I used to live in Boston and Patriots, and I get it. But I don't want to watch Book Club. I never watched Book Club 1. That's just not for me. It's just not for me. Another super chat. Why do I keep missing super chats, you guys? I need a producer. This is a review. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me find it. Super chat. 5 more minutes. I'm so exhausted by this film I had to sit through. By the way, should I see Fast X tomorrow or not? You guys vote. I can either see it tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday. I can't decide, but I feel like if I see it, I'm going to have to do a stream, and I don't know if I'm up for a stream tomorrow. But I could see it tomorrow. I could see it Monday or Tuesday. I got 3 different days I can go see Fast X. I don't know where the other super chat is. I need to get a better system. StreamYard, you suck when it comes to super chats. It's hard to see. Let's see. Live, is there a super? I don't know. Wait a second. Black Hat. There's a super chat. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm literally. You know what? I gotta listen because I always tell you guys what I do. So if I hadn't told you before, I do this intermittent fasting some days, and today I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, and I'm like starting to get lightheaded. So if I all of a sudden like fall over, just don't freak out. Just know that the stream's over. And if I sit here like with my head again, like conk, and it's like this, just know that the stream might still be live, but I'm out. Okay, just there's nothing else that's going to happen on the stream. If that were to happen. But right now, we're going to power through for a couple more minutes. The review embargo's on Tuesday, so that's the problem, too. If I see it tomorrow, then I'm going to have to do a This Is Not a Review, and then they're already angry. Reminiscence was actually, Reminiscence is way better of a film, much stronger as a film than this film. My God, Hypnotic. No. Reminiscence is not great, but it's good. Okay, hold on. Okay to laugh. Let me see if I can find now. Okay to laugh. Like, damn it! I paid for a super chat. You will read it, even if you are intermittent fasting and you're losing your mind. You will read it. I'll find it. I'm going. Did I miss another one? I thought I got to them all. Here it is. Got it. Fool's Paradise. A lot of the guys went to see it tonight. I will try to see it this weekend. We'll discuss it on Sunday. Is that the one? Did I miss that? Blackberry, is that this weekend? I might see that too. Here's the thing too, guys. In LA, we get invited to these screenings that are all over town. And I'm kind of like tired of driving from here to Beverly Hills, here to the West Side. And the thing is a lot of times these films are so early that I come on here and I start talking about Hypnotic. Not that you even want to see it, but it's like, it's so early that it's like, you don't want to hear about it. So I try to time it now more with like Beau is Afraid. The day it opens, at least in New York and LA, some of you have seen it, because that way at least it feels like we can discuss something. If I start talking about a film that doesn't open for 3 weeks, and let's say it's an A24 film, and then you don't get it for like 2 more months, you're like, why am I watching? And you're already asking that question right now. So imagine how much worse it would be if I was talking about a movie you couldn't even watch. Like, why am I watching this? I get it. Believe me, I get it. Affleck looks like he does. That's one of Affleck's problems. He looks like he doesn't want to be in the scene. And that's in this film, and I don't blame him. I mean, he clearly got a ton of cash, because $65 million, a lot of it had to go to him. I mean, 30 of it? 20? I mean, the fact they gave $20 million to Affleck looks disinterested, right? That's the word for Affleck. And when he is, it's really bad because he's kind of boring. So you have a disinterested, boring guy, and you're like, okay, listen, I'm not hating on him. I think he's a very talented director. I just don't think he doesn't have the next level Paul Mescal, right, that I'm looking for. I'm looking for that. The Mescal, Daniel Craig, Idris Elba's interesting to me. Name an actor. They're going to be more interesting. Ben Affleck is not that interesting of an actor. I think you guys know that for sure. Tonight's homework should be Halloween Ends. If you haven't watched it, let's get to. It's interesting you asked about that. By the way, the homework is now called the must see, the MMT must see. I think it's better, right? I like alliteration. MMT's must see is You're Next. Now, Ken Murray, if he's here, he would vouch for me right now. Be, oh my God, yeah. 2011, small horror film, really cool. And what I love about it is I still listen to the Dwight Twilley Band and whatever that song is. Magic? Something the Magic. Dwight Twilley Band. That song is in the film, in the middle, while they're in the house and the hunters are coming. And it's very much like Ready or Not. And you guys know I love Ready or Not. Not Scream 6 from the same guys. Oh, shit, no. But Ready or Not. You're Next is a cool little horror film. Check that one out. That's your MMT must-see homework. Also homework. A few more comments and we'll roll out of here on this Thursday night. By the way, we're not doing any of the sales check tonight because truthfully, we'll do one because we always do a sales check. Let's do a sales check of, obviously, Guardians because that's all we have. You know what'll be funny, actually? Let's do a sales check of Hypnotic. That might be funny, actually. Here we go. All right, for those of you who don't know, this is what we call the sales check. This is on Thursday night. We go and we look and see what the sales look like for a given film. So let's go see a movie and let's go to Hypnotic. Here it is. Let's check how busy. Advance tickets. You better get them because they're selling out. Let's see. I need it tonight. This is tomorrow. Give me a second. Tonight, today. Let's go. Let's not start in Burbank tonight. We're only doing a quick. Let's go to Century. Oh, Century City's already done. They don't even have a screening after 8:30. That's how bad this is. Let's check the Burbank 10:50. Here's Hypnotic. Oh, shit. That is looking pretty dire. You got 2 people in the almost front row. You got a few randoms hanging out, like 10 people. This film is not going to be big. Are you surprised? Let's look at Guardians here tonight. Yeah, I want to cancel the order. I definitely don't want to see that film again. Let's go to Guardians, and let's check it out, and let's go to get tickets. Here we go. We're checking Guardians, and let's go. What do you guys say? Let's real quick. Do you want to go to Universal? You want to go to Burbank or Century City or the Grove? You have a choice right now. Come in right now. Right now, do you want to check Guardians for Universal, Burbank, the Grove, or Century City? I'm teaching you the 4 major movie locations for AMC here in Los Angeles. Where are we going? Come on. Gore, Latinos, Paulie, where are we headed? Do you want to go to Burbank or do you want to go to Century City? None of you answering. That's it. You're delayed. Here we go. We're going to Burbank and we're going to hit. Screw that. Let's go to Universal because there could be some tourists up there. IMAX 1045. There. Oh, it doesn't look good. That looks pretty shitty. Now, granted, it's late. I get it. It's not opening night. But this is, look, guys, listen, this is what we're talking about. Guardians of the Galaxy is going to suffer the second weekend fate that almost every, it might do slightly better, but it's still going to fall at like 55+%. The 6. No, Paulie. We're not going to the 6. This is not great because it's not opening night. It's been out a week. It's old. People, the MCU fans go see movies opening weekend. That's why they always crater in the second weekend because everyone's already seen them. Exactly. That's what I said. Everyone's like, there's a guy on Twitter that's Empire Box Office. It's going to hold at 50%. I'm like, this shit, it's not going to hold at 50%. It's going to drop at like 59, 60, 61, 60. It's because everyone already saw it. I'll do one more because that looks bad. I didn't think it would look this bad. But it's late. It's late. I get it. It's no one's at the movie theaters. It was dead tonight. Because there's nothing new this weekend to get anyone excited. Not anything. Not Hypnotic, that's for sure. All right, let's check Century City. You guys ready? Let's go to everybody. We're going to the rich side of town. We're going to the Beverly Hills of Los Angeles. Well, close enough. The Beverly Hills of Los Angeles. That's good. It kind of is. No, God, where is it? Come on. There it is. Here we go. IMAX, Century City. Well, that's looking pretty shitty. That's pretty lame. But, again, it's second Thursday, whatever, right? Whoa, MCU's done for. There's no... Mega YouTube, watch it. Just because you saw the fan fiction you gave us tonight of the test screening of The Exorcist, I wish you had proof. No, actually, I don't, Mega YouTube. I believe you, but I don't want Universal to come after me because I already had that happen with my stream for, oh my God, Babylon. They were like, you can't post that. You said the movie's terrible and there's an embargo. I'm like, well, the movie is terrible. What do you want? I wonder how Gore, like Kate, going to see it with the hubby. Which film? Guardians? Okay, you'll have plenty of seats to see. We already did Burbank. All right, last 2-minute warning, everybody. We're not going an hour tonight. David Gordon Green should take over the MCU. That's how you really destroy it. That's how you would really wreck it. It's over. The MCU is definitely not done. We still have the Marvels. Comment of the night. Comment of the night, everybody. The MCU's definitely not done, but we still have the Marvels. Then it'll be put in the grave because that film, what did we say? Go watch the video, my first video that I posted. It's always a live stream. I cut my reaction to the Marvels and should it be Batgirl. Go watch the video. That's your homework. Let's get that thing going because everyone needs to watch it because I'm telling you, when the Marvels comes out and it does really bad, y'all going to be like, Disney would be like, well, we wish we would have listened to that. Well, yes, Universal, Disney, Warner Brothers, I'm here for you. All you need to do is pay me 10 G's. That's nothing. 10 G's. Watch your film. Forget everybody else. You don't need anyone else in there. I'm going to get out of there, and I bring the director in with me, and I'm going to, as soon as it's over, I'm going to look at David Gordon Green and going, you're fired. You're out of here. Les Grossman, someone punch him in the face. You, right there. Punch him. Right, knocking. That's what we'd do. I wouldn't last long in the job, but it would be good. I'd be really strong at it. The Whale's terrible. It's a horribly written film. Whiplash, thank you for saving me having to revisit the film. The Whale is, from a screenplay perspective, the worst awards film in the history of awards films. That's how terrible that screenplay is. I mean, Tar is a masterpiece, as we know. The Whale is anything but. The Whale is Razzie material. Watch it. Max, I swear to God, I will ban the shit out of you. All right, we have less than 2 minutes, and we're out of here. Back Sunday night. Maybe tomorrow for Fast X. Maybe. And if we do it, it's not a review, and it won't be long. Maybe. Check the community tab. If I'm going, we will do it. It'll be really short. It'll be like 5 minutes so Universal doesn't come after me. Fast X. Because I didn't like Fast 9. So if I see Fast X and I think it's like Fast 9, then I'm going to be in real trouble because I'm not going to be able to contain myself. I'm going to do a stream. Universal's going to say, you're canceled. We can't. And I'm like, but I didn't. It's not a review. It's a reaction. Those are two different things. We've said that so many times. Everyone, give me a thumbs up if you agree. A reaction is not a review. I had a review/reaction to Hypnotic, but there's no embargo. It's different. We can talk more, even though we don't want to, about Hypnotic. The original ending of The Whale in the test screen is he died after watching Beau is Afraid. Paul, that's it. That's the... stop, Goober. I'm just about ready. That's it. I'm getting dizzy. This stream is over. I'm so tired right now. And by the way, for those of you who are like, there's not enough logo, I will swear to God I'll make the logo 75% of the screen. You cannot stop me, and I will do it. Don't even challenge me. I will do it. MMT's out. Must see tonight. You're next. Good night, live from Los Angeles. Go watch Chris Gore's documentary. That's your homework as well. I still haven't. I will, Gore. I will. Show of the week. Come in and tell me in the comments. To the comments of this video, give me the show of the week. I have a few. I need to do my homework. Tell me the show of the week. I will do the homework over the next couple nights. We might do a Fast X stream. It's like 5 minutes max tomorrow if we do it. If not, we're back Sunday. Community tab as always. Thank you for watching, everybody. Go watch my Should Marvel Batgirl the Marvels video. It's like 3 minutes. It's cut from the other stream. You'll love it. It's amazing. Yes, Paul, you win YouTube. That is the best comment. You're the comment guy tonight after watching Beau is Afraid. Good night, live from Los Angeles. The fasting Eric Weber says, good night. I think I hit the end broadcast. There it is. It's over. No, it's not. Now it's over.